Joe Rogan has now commented on the disturbing news emerging from Nigeria involving Anthony Joshua. And although the full details are still developing, the situation has sent a sudden wave of concern across the boxing world.
Okay guys, we've got some very worrying breaking news. Anthony Joshua has just been involved in a serious car crash in Nigeria. Now, local reports say that 2 people are dead and AJ has been taken to hospital. He is alive and apparently has suffered minor injuries. Now, pictures online show him shirtless in the back of a car being pulled from the wreckage. And according to local media, it was AJ's car that actually collided with a stationary truck on a busy Lagos expressway. Now, we don't know exactly why AJ was there, but he does have family roots in Nigeria, so perhaps he was visiting them for the holidays. We don't know much more about his condition, but when we do, I'll keep you guys updated.
Okay, this is breaking right now. Apparently, British heavyweight boxer Anthony Joshua was involved in a serious car crash on the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway in Ogun State, Nigeria, near Sagamu on December 29th of 2025. Apparently, he was the passenger in the back seat of a Lexus SUV that collided with a stationary truck, reportedly after a tire burst causing the driver to lose control during an overtaking maneuver. Anthony Joshua sustained minor injuries and was taken to an undisclosed hospital for treatment. He is reported to be stable and fine, according to police and his promoter, Eddie Hearn. Tragically, 2 other passengers in Joshua's vehicle died at the scene. So he was in the same car as 2 people that died after they crashed, which just goes to show you how resilient he is physically. Now, the deceased were taken to a morgue in Sagamu and authorities are investigating the incident currently. Joshua, who has Nigerian heritage through his parents and often visits the family in Sagamu, was in Nigeria following his recent fight just 10 days earlier on December 19th, where he knocked out Jake Paul in the 6th round of a high-profile heavyweight bout in Miami, Florida. Now, eyewitness accounts and social media footage from the crash showed Joshua being helped out of the damaged vehicle, appearing to be in visible pain but conscious. The Lagos-Ibadan Expressway is known as one of Nigeria's busiest and most dangerous roads, according to local authorities. And so far, the police have extended their condolences to the families of the deceased, but no further updates on Joshua's condition have been released as of now.
Reports indicate that Anthony Joshua was involved in a serious car accident while in Nigeria, an event that has immediately raised concerns not only about his condition, but about the future of his entire fighting career as it moves toward 2026. And while there has been no official confirmation regarding long-term damage, the timing alone has left fans, analysts, and insiders deeply uneasy. Because this didn't happen in isolation, it comes right after Joshua's major, high-profile fight with Jake Paul, a bout that reignited his momentum, pushed him back into global headlines, and reopened the door to some of the biggest fights of his career.
I really take my hat off. So, I mean, we have to see if it is a broken jaw. Those injuries are very difficult to come back from. But as AJ said, like that last shot would have knocked out a lot of heavyweights. And I know he went down heavy, but you know, he was conscious on the floor. And I thought his game plan, although obviously very negative early on, which it had to be, was smart at times. And there were times where he held his feet and let his hands go. You know, it was a very one-sided fight. It was always going to be a one-sided fight, but you can't give him anything but credit and respect. There's a lot of negative people out there. There's a lot of people who want to criticize people. They're not doing what Jake Paul's done. He just went in with Anthony Joshua and gave it his best shot. Took a lot of punishment and ended the fight eventually on his feet after the stoppage. So, you know, I think he'll have to see physically how that jaw, I don't know the severity of it. It's a very difficult injury to come back from. But he showed he's got ability, and that's what we said. You know, he's dedicated to the game.
They are A+ first class. It is a huge honor for me to do these events whenever I can. I enjoy them. And I think the obviously the more seasoned and better and more accomplished and veteran fighter won. But I don't think Jake's stock goes down. He could still fight, the Furies and the KSIs. I would love to see that fight of the world, even the Darren Tills of the world. Like, I think that there is still very much a market, but obviously there's levels. And by the way, there are weight classes for a reason as well. He's a cruiserweight, he's not a heavyweight. But it sounds like he wants to keep going. And it sounds like AJ wants to keep going, although in a brief conversation with a member of his team, they said maybe this February date is too soon. He specifically mentioned Tyson Fury, bypass that February date, go straight to Tyson. I know there is a fight on the table for February, but again, that's why I hate when they announce these things before. You could get tired, you could get hurt, you could get, who knows, banged up. So let's see if that February date remains. I'm hearing it could be in flux, and let's see if his next fight is against Tyson. That's the fight that everyone wants to see. We don't need tune-up fights anymore. Make that fight next. Jake needs some time off. Maybe we see him back end of 26. Obviously, he's got a lot going on with MVP, and obviously he has to heal that broken jaw.
Like, we're elite fighters. Like, so I put myself in the shoes of a coach. If I was coaching Anthony Joshua and he went 6 rounds with Jake Paul, I would get him back in the gym tomorrow, give him a bit of a beating, and we're getting straight back to work, because I'll be like, how are you letting this kid take you 6 rounds? Are you crazy? In boxing, there's a time when you systematically break someone down and you see their soul leaving their body. And after a period of time, 2 things start to happen to them. Either they give up or they get knocked out. And there was a bit of a mix. I said to myself, I'm not gonna knock you out. I am gonna systematically punish you round after round. And like, I wanted it to be slow and methodical. I swear, I'll drop down now. And I just kept on hitting him. Sorry, go.
No, I hit me as much.
I hit you for everyone in England. I was hitting him. I kept on hitting him. And I could see, I had that mentality where I was like, do you remember in the press conference I said, he's Iverson and I'm Jordan? And I was like, I'm gonna just keep breaking him down. Because he was elusive, he was moving well.
Tyson Fury. Massive stadium events, legacy-shaping matchups, everything was suddenly back in play. And now it all feels uncertain. Joe Rogan addressed the situation with visible concern, pointing out how punishing the sport already is without freak incidents like this, adding more damage. He talked about how narrow a fighter's window truly is, and how one unexpected moment outside the ring can change everything. No matter how disciplined or prepared someone may be, what makes this even more troubling is the timing. Anthony Joshua had just come off one of the most physically demanding periods of his career training camps. Media duties, the Jake Paul fight itself, the recovery, the pressure, and now, suddenly, an incident outside the ring that could potentially throw off plans that were already set for the next 2 years. And while fans are trying not to jump to conclusions, speculation is unavoidable. If Joshua has suffered any serious injuries, especially anything affecting mobility, reaction time, or long-term conditioning, it raises huge questions. Does this delay his return? Does it force him to rethink a 2026 run? Does it quietly shut the door on the long-awaited Tyson Fury super fight that boxing has been chasing for years?
For AJ to keep going into these big stadium fights with all this pressure, sometimes he just wants to wrap the hands and go in and get on a bit of a run. So our job now is to prepare him for the Tyson Fury fight. I think that fight's inevitable, because once Turkey starts saying, I'm going to work to make that fight, all we've got to do is agree our deal with Turkey Al Sheikh, and that's what Tyson and Frank and Spencer have got to do on their side. So I'm hopeful, and I think we're going to finally see it in 2026.
I'm excited.
If you beat Tyson Fury,
I'll be over the moon.
would you?
Yeah, of course. You know,
Would you
that's-
like
Yeah, of course.
Are you friendly with him?
Not really. But I respect what he's done.
I think he called you a dosser.
Yeah, but
That's his standard term of abuse.
yeah,
You big dosser.
yeah,
He's a bodybuilder.
yeah,
He is a businessman. I am a Spartan.
yeah. Have you got one of those fully Tyson Fury dolls? No, I'm joking. You must like him though,
What makes you say that?
because you can memorize every quote of his.
He's very quotable, isn't he?
He is, to be fair. He
And
is.
he's got that distinctive,
Like he's eating a frog voice.
yeah.
Yeah,
Do you think you could beat him?
yeah.
Wouldn't be easy though.
No,
The bookies, I think, would favor him.
yeah,
Do you agree?
yeah.
At the same time, there's a strong sense of respect surrounding this situation. This isn't gossip. It isn't celebration. It's concern. The boxing community understands that Anthony Joshua is more than just a fighter. He's a global figure, a symbol of the sport, and someone who has carried enormous expectations for more than a decade. Seeing him involved in something like this naturally shifts the discussion away from wins, losses, and paydays, and toward health, safety, and recovery. Still, the reality is unavoidable. Combat sports don't pause. If Joshua is forced to step away for a long stretch, the heavyweight division will keep moving. Other fights will be made, new names will rise, and by the time he's ready to return, the landscape could look very different from the one he left behind. That's why this moment feels so heavy. One moment, Anthony Joshua is coming off a blockbuster fight, staring at the biggest opportunities of his career. The next, the entire world is questioning whether a single unpredictable event has thrown his future plans into chaos. For now, all anyone can do is wait, respect the situation, and hope for the best. But make no mistake, the implications reach far beyond headlines. Because if Anthony Joshua's body has been seriously compromised, the ripple effects could reshape the heavyweight division heading into 2026 before it even gets there.